Our cousin Uncle Mo. He's showing the awesome arm that he had, and there's, oh Lord, there's Tammy missing one. There's Tammy chasing one. Here's Rhonda, wait. Here's Mo again. Here's Rhonda. There's Rhonda's weed. There's Rhonda's Coke.
Me and my nephew.
There's Rhonda's face. There's her nephew. Alright, now, for the grand Paw Paw, it's Cousin Hal! Wave, cousin. He takes instructions very well. Isn't that right, Rhonda? Isn't that right, Uncle Mo?
Uncle Mo.
Please turn my head. I might eat one.
Is Grant and them still playing ball?
I'm gonna get a picture of Hal and Hal together.
Yeah.
Cool.
Here we go.
Your hand a little bit, didn't I? Did I burn your hand a little bit?
No.
Y'all guys look, everybody, dear Lord, Ron, you like a matchstick come by them.
Hey.
Here's a little Ethiopian woman. And two healthy Americans.
I'll even have to
Here comes an American woman.
Hey.
Hey, everybody wave.
We got it.
Yes, Rhonda.
quit it.
I want you to get a shot of these bellies.
What minutes?
Get a close up of these.
What do you mean?
Oh, honey, I didn't know you could look like that.
Look at that massive chest on that man.
Shot of his head. All right, Corky, pass the nut.
That's not honey.
Woman?
That's a pretty truck.
That's the love truck.
Hey, Daddy.
Love bug is
Stand up straight now.
I'm straight as I stand.
Hey,
Good God.
Jesse.
Yes, sir.
Over here.
He got her, folks.
Let Ricky's taking a picture of our zipper.
This is my truck. Get off.
Baby, you ain't even standing up.
He's on his knees.
There's Mama trying to sneak into someone's trailer.
Ooh, good.
Mama, get out there. It's not yours.
Then I want to get one of the whole bunch of you. The whole lot of you. You
I
ready?
can tell her to quit doing that.
Wait.
Get from behind there.
Oh, Mike, a good one on him.
I want
I gotta get up. Whoa, what am I on here now?
I want that picture now. You need to sleep with your underwear off, he said.
Give one to me. Hey, we got a, what is it, a pose down. Go, Jesse.
Come on, Jesse.
Do it again, Jesse.
Good, Jess.
Before and after.
right now.
Got nothing on it.
Look at Uncle Mo being very athletic. Yeah. Hey, old man.
Feeling nauseated, you ate a sandwich on the way. You can't keep nothing down. So you might not want to get this next part on film.
Yours.
Can you get up?
We got him out of them boots. Get the
You
boots.
know who this old woman is?
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Really?
Yeah, Lily Lee. Oh, how
Lily.
pretty slender you are. Huh? Huh? Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Oh, you're little and pretty, but look at me, I look like a fat scab. Could you take, I've got some Rolaids.
Yeah, we'll get him something.
He said he'd taken the retirement. He'd been there 31 years, but he's had several heart attacks, and he's as big as this table. He is a big. You know, when you went down that time, he was real, real big, and he was wanted to go to Mississippi to Judy's mother. No, Judy's aunts, and there's some boy, one of her sons is about Martha's age, and they fish started biting. So he went clear down there to catch fish. And Grady's just begged us to go to his house. He lives on a canal, and he cares out into the lake. But he won't go.
It's the brother.
Huh?
Yeah, Frank. John's wife,
Missed that.
she got sick
Yeah.
a few days ago, and they rushed her to the hospital because she had gallbladder. Got in there, and she was eat up with cancer. So they sewed her back up and sent her home.
That's sad.
So is a wonderful woman, she sure is. Oh, gracious, what some beautiful boots.
That'd be the brother Jabby.
Yeah, well, Frank's got cancer too.
My son bought them for me.
Who?
My son.
Well,
That's right there.
ain't that pretty? Well, that's the only one you got.
He just bought them a few minutes ago. We
That's
stopped.
Tom.
We stopped on the way over here.
Here you go.
Did I like them? No, I believe it's nice.
Why don't you come home?
I could wear them,
Daddy's here.
but
Daddy's here.
I
Yeah.
took them back home. He didn't know it goes. He done gone to heaven.
I know it, but you
And then
Okay,
he got
baby.
sick,
bye-bye.
and they rushed him to the hospital, and he'd had prostate gland trouble. Got to the hospital,
Girl.
they operated on him, and he had cancer. So how long did he live?
Oh yeah.
Chucky likes him too. You probably could wear some of his boots. He's such a spoiled brat. He's got two little bulldogs. And he'll suck on the ears of kissing them. He sure is a mean young.
Tim, will you step down there and get Dad that ashtray that's on the ground down there?
Did you say you didn't like these? Well, you want something to eat?
No.
Is he still sick on his stomach?
He can't, whatever he eats, Grandma, he just can't hold it down.
Wonder
He said he
why.
got to hiatus.
Oh. Well, Amy has that.
I don't see one. It's down there somewhere.
Amy has that too. And she about dies, but she'll get right up and eat at night or anything.
a lawnmower. How you been feeling, Daddy? You look good.
Well, it look good.
You do look good.
You don't cut hair no more?
Got the barbecue here.
You did what?
Just cut here once in a while.
Well, your hair is curly on your chin. That's pretty.
You get ready to go. Have one of them call me when I come get you.
That's a pretty place to go to. Marsh built me and Judy built me a little old house in the garage. Tore the garage up, and he built me a 2-room apartment in there, and it's just in his garage. And he has to go to her mama's to do any kind of work. I let those youngs have that old place back, but he wanted it so bad. So I said I should have gotten a lawyer. Ben told me to, Ben Griffin, but I didn't do it. What is it, honey?
Belly.
Huh?
It's the belly.
Are you hoarse? You sound hoarse.
You been sick?
Shit, wish you got my life.
I never laughed.
Relapse.
That's pretty good. You won't laugh. She bought some of this. And it's just as sour. I told her to buy this instead of this. Because when I go to church, I like something in my mouth. It stinks so bad, my teeth. You got teeth?
Of course, I've got plates.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I meant. I sure have got some pretty ones at home that belong to Daniels. Oh, they're the prettiest teeth.
Can't find anybody that can wear them.
No, I asked his son to see if he could wear them. He wears them, you know, don't wear them. And I wanted him to put them in his mouth. He didn't do it. So then I wanted somebody to go out there with me and let's wear them at his grave. And it wants them away.
Yeah.
He'd kill him. She's the nicest girl, a sweet girl, but she wants everything to go her way. No doubt, probably it was most of the money what bought the place. They ain't in no way paid for, but they just got a chance. But the girl works in a feed store.
Yeah.
And Marsh said, Tim said she'd pick up one of them feed sacks and carry it home. Sell somebody come and buy it. She'd go get it and bring it back around. Strong, strong. Is it too sour?
Good, ain't it? Different.
You know who I am, don't you? Say.
Of course he does.
Really?
Huh?
Really?
I just said.
Lily Lee.
Oh, God.
He knows who you are. It's the first thing he said to you.
I know it. I hadn't saw him in so many days. I didn't know where didn't I know how to say Lily or not. I'm taking one of these. Ain't it sour? You like it?
It's all right.
That's what our granddaughter does. My great-grand. Now see, if you wasn't sick, you could fix your car. You got into that one time when you fixed Rhonda's car, didn't you?
Yeah.
What's that gentleman? What's our state overseer's name? Coulter.
AJ.
You went to school with him.
You went to school with AJ? You mean BTI?
AJ, yeah.
Okay.
He's pretty, he's so pretty and sweet. She's a pretty woman. That's my size, big.
She's a big old tall woman, Grandma.
Huh?
She's a big old tall woman.
What you? Thought She's about my size. You think you're bigger than her?
She's tall. She's at least as tall as Tammy.
Tammy's tall, though.
Mm-hmm.
Is that him coming back?
No.
You like your daughter-in-law? That ain't true. Yes, she does. She come out here last night, helped and talked with us. Seems to be a sweet little woman.
Here's
That
your
over
boots
yonder is cutting off that hand. You can't cut the hand off.
Mark got for Daddy.
I can cut these off, but I can't cut them off. I have to bite them off. And tug if they ever more tug. Got out of it and I crawled up to the phone and I called for Judy. That won't call Morris. I was afraid he'd have a heart attack. So she come down there. I couldn't help but to laugh at that because she laughed. What in the world's the matter with you, Grandma? She calls me Grandma. I said, I just fell over that thing there, so she ordered me one of them things that she put around your neck. And I want a bit of good. The little chain kept coming out of it.
Hi. Hi, Grandma.
Hey, sweetie.
Paw Paw.
How you doing, eh?
Hi.
Like a little
Hi.
baby, ain't she?
Hi.
Hey, darling.
It's the baby.
We're having candy.
I know, I saw that in there.
What you got?
That's Marcy's baby there. He's got a ball. And that's Sylvia's middle one, David. So he had to have something to hold on to while she was taking his picture. So he got a hold of, he got his hand, one hand on that thing there, and something bottle in his mouth. I think that she's got some sweet youngs. This is, now these kids belong to Brent Hazen, you know. That's the little girl. She's just been born about 4 or 5 months ago. And that's the little boy. He's 3 years old. But that's your grandbaby's there. That's your baby there. Where is she at? Right there. She really made something out of herself. And that's their baby, and she's a corker too. That's the biggest one. They're really smart young. But that baby's, she's kind of mean. Of course, they don't think so.
She sure figures Tommy.
That's Tommy right there. She teaches school.
She sure figures Tommy.
Oh, now that's Tim's baby, Joey, and that's when he was staying with me. But he's a sweet young'un. So that's Tim's baby now. I forgot what his name is, and that's yours right there.
That's Corky Jr.
Yeah. I don't know who that is. That's Tim's. That's Morris's boy. And of course, you know who that is. Yeah. That's when you was tending to him when he was going to school. That's Jennifer, Judy, and their baby. She's got a baby. She ain't never married. That's Tom and his friend. They used to run together whenever they was young men. That's Stephen's man. This is your papa there, Daddy. That's who your name there.
Sure remember him. We
Huh?
you gain that weight and I can't gain that.
No, 84. Then me see who that is.
Sure, I lost it.
That's Jennifer's baby right there. She is supposed to marry a Spanish boy. Real nice, and he does plaster work. That's your brother when he was a baby. Well, hello, son.
Hello. Hey there, Grandpa.
Hey,
Pretty good, you know, alright.
you?
That's Marsh's baby. I had him sitting on the car. He's ugly, ain't it? That is Mike's boy. And Beverly, you know, that married him. She went one way, and this kid was living with the other man she married, and they couldn't get along, so he left. Went to his daddy, to his granddaddy's. You know, he always wanted him. So he went to his granddaddy's. Is
that Nanny?
Yeah, Mom.
Yes, ma'am.
See you tomorrow.
It's Grandma. On my
Miss.
Hey.
Hello. Well, I feel very well. I slept very good last night after making some trips to the toilet.
I don't want to go to
Do what?
Something like I bought every time I
Yeah.
No, he got
What were you
money
and
back
Bobby
probably.
doing up in Kentucky?
He just wanted to go fishing.
Y'all working or then?
But then he's going somewhere else when he
Preaching.
gets back home. He's going to South Carolina with his brother-in-law. Yes, somebody has to drive, see he's able to drive. I don't know. Guess it is. He quit fussing.
Yeah, I have one of them. Pretty sure.
Mhm.
For what?
Taking a test.
Oh, really? Academic?
He's crazy.
But you didn't take it?
He makes a big pot of coffee every morning.
Thought you had to go
He
preach.
makes a big pot of coffee every morning. He could come down and bring me a cup of coffee every morning if he would.
Well, they're from Kentucky.
Yeah, because he wants me to walk, you know. I said, I ain't got nothing to walk on. Raby tells everybody that this right leg is dead.
Lost mine.
He's crazy.
I took him to Palmer.
Well, he don't. Sometimes he does. I ain't gonna worry about it.
Trump.
Sometimes he does. Especially at night when he cooks dinner. He brings me a dinner.
First.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
I've got it somewhere.
Yeah.
I think I have.
Is Marguerite coming down?
I know I
this
have
weekend? You don't know.
a picture. It's got your whole high school graduating class on it. Remember
Oh,
that one?
yeah.
It's all kind of in cameos of the cities in an oval.
Mhm.
Barbara was on there.
I thought maybe I wanted her to make me something other.
I mean, not Barbara,
like
Betty.
culottes or
Betty
something.
Vickers.
But she don't have to now.
She was
Nana
the
made
prettiest
me
one in his
6
class.
pair.
Pretty as a girl.
Ain't that wonderful?
She was pretty, wasn't she?
I don't know what you wore last night. I don't remember.
Let's see.
We eating watermelon for dinner.
For dinner,
Yeah.
I'm hoping don't
Had
make
coffee
Daddy
for
sick.
breakfast.
Hi, baby.
Hey, baby. I don't want to know for dinner.
That's what I wanted, you know.
Y'all always like boots. I never have.
No other way about it.
You've always liked boots.
Yeah, him and Ty and Marble. I never have liked boots. I ain't no big
Too
boot
hot,
person.
ain't
Y'all always like them boots.
Okay,
I had them old black zipper boots,
Yeah.
but the zipper went bad on one on the left foot. They'd zip up. And they was stay together at the top, but they wouldn't close all the way up.
They get so much trouble getting on and off. I don't want them. I want something easy to get on, easy to get off.
I'm sure it's long. I can get them on and off. It ain't that hard. All I do is
Well, how's the
put
second
them down
bed?
there. At the heel,
Yeah. I just always have.
They zip right up, see?
Now I got to get a hold of them, get a good yank, get it on though.
Well,
Reason.
all you do is do that.
I just keep working it on.
They zip right on. I do. I get them broke again. They have them slip on a lot easier.
Yeah. Yeah, breaking in is a tough part on boots because they're stiff at first.
Don't mind that.
Yeah, I just slide on my tennis shoes and I'm happy.
Go up and down tonight, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
And snoring in my ear. I had to wake her up last night, Daddy.
Really?
She told me to hit her if she snored.
I didn't
so
even
I
hear
sure
her.
took up with
Didn't
it,
even
took
feel
it
like
up on
hitting
her.
me.
And I
I was
said,
asleep until I got back on the bed.
I said, let me go back to sleep first before you go back to sleep, because you'll snore before I get to sleep.
I didn't hear you.
Kate is just snoring sometimes and
What's she doing?
I'll move and jerk the cover or something and then she'll wake up enough and then she'll hush for a while me to get asleep. I
Yeah.
don't snore.
No, honey, you don't snore.
Both of y'all snore. I heard you snore from
I
coming
don't snore
home
like
late
Kate.
at night.
Kate snores. She got 3 or 4 different snores. Sometimes she'll just go, and then she'll me go, just blow all out. At one time I said, what in the world? And I sit and she'll go, I think for the love of it.
That's the way
I
Mom
like
said.
that story.
Huh?
I like that story.
Yeah,
You want some spaghetti, Papa?
I know I snore. I snore when I'm half
That's me.
asleep.
Yeah, I love spaghetti.
Hey, boy, she makes some good
You want
spaghetti.
some?
I read this man.
She makes some good. She can outbeat Kay on spaghetti, man.
My
And when
Kay's better than
when
yours,
she don't
Papa.
go, when she don't go, and I don't know, Papa
Put
makes
some in
some
a bowl.
super fine
She
spaghetti.
said my
front
Kay's
of it.
better than yours.
She'll put you some in a clean bowl.
Yeah, we got some clean glass
You did.
plates. What?
That's
Only thing
Angie.
Angie, I mean Tammy does at times. She.
Bunch of churches in South Alabama. Grandma and them evangelized them. Grandma and her family.
That's me.
I never forget Mars. You
That's what I've been trying to do, break you, but I said,
Play me something, Daddy.
huh?
these are clippers.
Play something.
It's good.
You need to clip your nails, son. There's some.
But he can have those.
She said you can have those.
What kind of guitar is that?
That's a Takamine. That's a good guitar. It's not very good.
I can't even mash my fingers down on that thing. Hurts me too bad.
Mine too.
You make it sound like a train, Daddy, like you used to.
Just checking it out.
What's that thing around there for? That thing right around there. Well, that's keep you from getting your fingers.
Scratch your nose
Yeah.
so you can scratch it with your
Pick.
pick.
For protection. Protect the deal.
I sure let her run my finger. She cut it right there. I was bleeding there, and I told her was bleeding. I sure afraid I was gonna take blood.
Mark's gonna bring it to the pig. It's like riding a bicycle, you never forget.
Do that.
Did you just watch that? This is it's so often all.
As good
It's
as I've ever
wavy.
been on.
Look at that wave in it. You had a bath and it's wavy.
Play it, honey.
I strum it, that's all I do. I just forward. I don't smoke marijuana, I don't have to. I don't get my kicks from LSD. And I didn't burn my Draco down at the courthouse.
Courthouse.
I like praising God and being free. Yes, I'm glad that I'm a Christian, hallelujah. And I'm glad to know my name is written there. And I'm glad to know that Jesus is my Savior. That the Heavenly Father knows and really cares. You see where these girls get their singing talent.
Both of y'all.
Wish I could play.
So you put them in your pocket. Keep them things put.
You want them? You can have them if you want them, Dad.
That's what.
Which one?
Which is?
Which one?
What's what?
What are you laughing at?
It's funny how they came up with them just about in the same time period.
What's the name of it up there? I can't see from
Takamiki.
here. I've got two.
It's emphasis on the end.
Takamini.
It probably has Von Takamiki on the somewhere else. It's not popular over here.
Oh, that's 25 till what? What is young love? Always had old love.
Oh, God.
Oh, love, my love.
Worn out. Mason's ain't got Christmas. They want me to play at the church, I say with these.
Just get me up there.
With these, I can't even hit the keys.
Just took out one of my Curry's death. Me and him going. Any convention. Bluff everybody out.
And he would do it. He'd drown everybody out, wouldn't he?
Have me do it.
Yeah, I know, but if he
Well,
was
yeah,
playing,
you were good enough
if he
to.
was playing, he'd drown everybody.
That's something to do with it. Out to run, I'd do out to run with the base. Georgia Tech Division, they had these boys who had the horns. They wouldn't do the auto run, though. Mother Curry made me do it.
With so many people coming in, he thought that he was having church. They give him a morphine, you know,
When
to
was
kill
it?
the pain.
When was it?
This last time they give him morphine.
Oh, when he got sick.
Yeah, after he had this last spell, they started giving him morphine.
Cocktail.
So they said, Bob said that all three of the overseers come, and a little bit the pastor come, and some of the members come with him, and said and then, then Brother Thompson came. That was four overseers, I think. And said directly, he told Bobby, said, Bobby, get you a piece of paper and write down on it, said, we are discontinuing this service until a little later on, said, I'm giving out.
Cut this thing short.
Yeah, cut this thing short.
He was telling them guys,
Yeah.
oh, he's just letting them overseers know it's time to leave.
Yeah.
I don't think he thought it was convention. He's just letting them know it's time. It was like Grandpa Hazen said. That was his way. Hey, that was his way of saying, I'm ready.
Yeah, that's what he said.
I'm
His
ready.
wife said he took 30 minutes to say 5 minutes worth, but it was an entertaining 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, it was. I was talking to.
Oh my God.
Now tell us again, what was it she sang?
She sang.
What did your sister sing? It wasn't alto.
It went alto. She said there's hanging owl hockey.
Was hockey the word she used?
Hockey was the word she used.
Yeah.
Owl
Hockey sounds better to me.
Come on, Sparrow, sing.
Wallace, Governor Wallace. I was wanting to find, I thought they had a picture of all of y'all.
Who is that right there?
That's Dale, isn't it? Isn't that Dale?
Show
Which one
me.
is this, honey? The one, look, favor Steve, the one you always see. Steve.
Yeah, that's Dale.
That's Dale.
That's Dale.
I thought it
That's
was,
Dale?
yeah. Now here's Steve, right there, Steve.
Well, did you know Steve's not, he's a...
Tell me what y'all looking at, honey.
Okay, this is the Vickers, Hubert, Betty, Keith,
Four
Ryan, Dale.
generations.
Tell me
There's
the
Dale.
book that y'all are, what
This
y'all
is
are talking
in my
about.
father's house about grandmama's daddy.
Okay,
Battle Axe Bill Curry. Trailblazer of the Church of God.
that's
Back then it
right.
wasn't even Church of God Prophets, it was Church of God.
Church of God.
He was trailblazing before the Church of God.
That's right. I was telling the kids that he established lots of churches in South
I'm
Alabama.
gonna tell you what, I thought it had a picture.
What he, I'd like to know if they're going to print what he said about the church. Said after the church had all that, something went wrong.
Yeah,
And
22.
they come and ask him what he was going to do. That he said he wasn't going to do nothing. Said that he'd done changed 2 times, and he was going to stay where he was at. And said he changed the church twice, and said now they taken something away from him. Forgot what it was, and said they'd taken my insurance away from me. You bought the insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Said they take my insurance away from me. And I said, what's that?
The house car. That's what they
Yeah,
called
that's-
it. It wasn't called the Winnebagos. It didn't have trailers back then.
He made the first one.
This was the house car.
Yeah.
The elder Curry decided to build a house trailer on a great big truck that had solid tires. Didn't have air in the tires, just solid tires on the truck. That was before they had tubes and air in the tires. Since he was a millwright, he went to the sawmill to saw himself a bill of lumber to build a trailer.
I know
The
that
sawmill
road
was
good.
an old water wheel grist mill where they would grind corn into grits and mill through
The
the day and
roads
night.
weren't
The
even
same water
paved
wheel
back
pulled the
then.
sawmill and sawed logs. So he sawed his bill of lumber to build a house trailer, which they called a house car in those days. He built it long enough to cover the entire truck. The bed was wide enough for lying crossways, and he double-decked this bed so they could all sleep in his house car, which today would be called a motor home.
Mm-hmm.
Sidewalk supervisors, that's when he was acting like he was seeing things.
Then you might be more comfortable in that chair. It bounces.
And they called him Battle Axe Bill because he was one of the times he was preaching on a soapbox. That was Battle Axe on the soapbox, and he gave him the nickname. So
Is
Battle
he?
Axe Bill.
Mark, are you ready?
Whenever you
I don't know the name of
Who's
the
ready when you are?
My name's not Corky, but they call me Corky.
That's what?
Bill. Battle Axe Bill, 25 little bills and 2 yokels of yearlings.
What was his name? His real name?
John Fletcher.
What's wrong with Battle Axe John?
Jesse.
Well, see, the reason they called him Battle Axe.
Oh, did y'all hear the story about the broomstick horse?
Because
Hold it, fire, fire.
they told him not to preach
No.
on the street.
The
Yeah.
broomstick horse.
And,
He went around
so
riding a
he seen
horse, a
somebody
broomstick,
else
like a horse,
doing
riding through
something on the
town.
street. And he went and got in there was some mules and a wagon or something or the options one. Anyhow, he went there and stopped him and said, "Let me ride with you." And he got to preaching. And he said, "Thou art my battle axe." He went to preaching because they couldn't stop him if he was a traveling, see. But if he'd been standing there, just standing there, they could have arrested him, see. But,
Who was
Listen
that?
what he
Who
said
was
about
that? Staggs or whoever it was that
James
got
Staggs.
that Old Testament scripture that says something about the Lord's battle axe.
thou art
Yeah,
my
that was
battle axe.
James. That was James Staggs. It's in here. Said it was an appropriate nickname. I think it's in here.
Yeah, it's in there because I
It
read
is.
it.
But here's one that talked about women's preachers. Said after Falco, they moved to Georgiana, Alabama, where they had a good revival. At this time, the elder Curry had gotten back into free holiness. That is, running revival meetings independently of church organization or sponsorship. A lady preacher, Sister Mary, joined them. You remember her?
Yeah.
Joined the evangelistic team at Georgiana and traveled with them. She was mighty in the scriptures and a great preacher, and was always able to help those who had erred in their beliefs about women preachers. One night while she was preaching, Brother Marsh heard her say, "Some people don't believe in or like women preachers, but the woman got men into trouble, and I want to see why the woman don't have the perfect right to help them get out of it." Let me find out what it said.
That's cute.
Here's Battle Axe Bill joins the church, joins a church. That's in 1924. Him and his whole family. The other 5 sisters' names were Isla,
Yeah.
their name, Annie, Cassie, Lula, and Amy.
Yeah.
They, along with the boy, walked 5 miles to school and carried the lunch in large buckets. My mother said that was one of the biggest things that embarrassed her when she was a child. Said her brother would come to school and have their lunch, which might be just a pot of peas, or beans in a bucket,
Just
and
simply
then
behind
run
the
from
mark.
school to run
For
their
just
meat meal before they got there, so anybody see what
really
he was eating
behind
for
the
lunch. See, everybody else would eat sandwiches.
That's right, they did.
People thought this as being his trademark. One cool morning in September, Brother Staggs was walking past the office building at Bible Place on Central Avenue, dressed in a white suit, white shoes, and white hat.
Oh, yeah.
Hearing someone hollering at him, he
Where's
turned
he
to see who it
dressed?
was. Battle Axe Bill said, "Brother Staggs, the cows are going to be after you," because he's all white. He never forgot what the elder Curry said to him. He talked to the great evangelist about his methods for revival, how he went about getting huge crowds. Okay, here it is. While reading in the book of Jeremiah, the 51st chapter, Brother Staggs came across the 19th verse, which reads, "The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name." The 20th verse reads, "Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war, for with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms." He said he read these verses of Scripture. He realized that battle axe was a weapon that God had used, and this name was a befitting name for battle axe. Bill Curry, as he had been used as a weapon in the hand of God, and a lot of his spirit had rubbed off on his son Morris.
That's sweet.
I'm telling you, I read through this thing.
That's good.
It was extremely
it's true
interesting.
Too, what they're saying in there. Oh, I thought Brother Thompson was so pretty. I was just a young girl, and this lady from Sister Thompson, she come from Miami. I thought that was the reason he got her, because she was from Miami.
Here's a good one, Kay. When it came to the teachings of the church on wearing of jewelry such as finger rings, earrings, locks, etc., Brother Curry said, "Some people will say, I don't wear this ring for show." He answered them by saying, "Well, if you don't wear it for show, why don't you wear it
Wear it on your toe.
It will do just as much good on your toe as on your finger." Concerning the 29th teaching of the church on the divorce and remarriage, he said, "A man is to have one wife, and a woman is to have one husband for life, or until death parts them, and no sweethearts at all.
That's weird.
If a marriage does not work out, and the man and the woman who are married decide to go their separate ways, they are not to get married again as long as their first companion lives." Brother Mars said they have already spent their sugar stamp. Sugar was rationed during the war, and stamps were issued. After the stamps were used up, then there was no more sugar because of no more stamps. He always said that some women would spark a pair of trousers hanging on a clothesline, and some men would spark a dress hanging on a clothesline. He really felt sorry for some women whose husbands were old, sorry drunkards. Some women really don't have a husband, he said, just a fork stick with a pair of breeches. Now, this is Mars, right? It's not.
That's what Uncle Mars
This
said.
is Mars.
Yeah.
I tell you too, some of the way they said these things.
Who's Mars?
Some people would
Grandma's brother.
spark a pair of trousers hanging on a
Maury Shepherd. Shepherd.
Okay, I want you to put that ring on your toe, baby.
Sure.
Brother Battle Axe Bill is going to come back and talk to you one night in your sleep, baby.
Well, when Granddaddy does, that's when I'll put it on my toe.
I'm scared you're going to fall out, sister.
I'm not,
I
Grandma.
hope she don't. She's crazy.
I'm about
Fall
2 inches
out. I thought
away.
she was meaning something else. Fall out, sister.
Under the spirit.
I know.
Oh, James Stagg's not in the church
That's
anymore,
what Kay was
Grandma.
reading.
He went with the concern, Grandma.
Yeah, James Staggs
That's
with
my
the concern.
I don't know him. I don't know him.
He's with
You
the
didn't know?
Church
Oh, you
of
do
God
it.
now.
He's with what?
Did you know that?
Church of God.
You said, what's the concern?
James Staggs. It's
That's
him.
what it is now.
When I get mad, I let the devil come in, and I just really tell him off.
I believe we all do that. But see, when we get to where we really can be with God, we'll learn not to do that.
Yeah,
I
know. I just can't.
Well, the Bible tells us if we can just control the tongue, we'll be perfect.
Yeah.
And I can't control mine. Lord, Jesus, help me. But I am wanting to. Sooner or later, one day, he's going to get me where I need to be.
And then you preach.
I don't know about that now.
You can preach right now.
No, I just talk. I
You
don't
have a
preach.
calling.
Huh?
So you need
He's
a calling
called to
for
talk.
it.
I'm God, and I
That's
do
for
it all
sure.
the time. Well, I tell you what, I know God has
You don't
been
starve
good
the Lord
to me,
out,
and
do you?
I tell
Let me
you.
tell you, don't throw it down. Somebody else might grab it.
Well, you should have been telling me when I just was.
Well, you see, whenever
We
I'm
just
gone,
read that Make
and
It Quiet scripture.
Yeah, and
Grandma.
God,
Gone
we
and
never go
y'all.
too far that God's not always there ready.
you might have to
us.
watch your aunt and grandma when you start to leave. I might hear this on in it.
Oh, well, we'll
I
watch
want
you. I'm
to.
gonna have to get her up against the wall and give her a
Frisker.
what do you call it?
I'd like to
Frisker.
have this book, the one that like it, you know.
We'll
I'll
get
try
you
to find you
Because
one.
I lost her book.
That thing is interesting, Tom. That's something.
He knows him.
I halfway thought you was gonna be in there when it had a picture of him at that white wing. He's standing in his little white wing uniform.
Pilot.
Yeah, the pilot uniform.
White Angel.
If, Tammy, if your granddad hadn't wrecked plane,
He went down.
didn't you wreck it? Did he
Yeah,
crash one of their airplanes?
Yeah, he went down in the grove. I mean, in the farm, on where the farm was. And all that stopped him, I think, was the fence.
He'd have kept on. He'd still be going.
Yes.
Is that right, Daddy?
And every time I go
He's
over that
ignoring us.
place,
There
you
you
know
go.
that
We got him
when you
on.
went down with Brother Kent to Miami and you come back and you had a breakdown.
Not Miami. It's
You had a
Miami.
breakdown right there going down
You
that
say
hill.
Miami, it means you're not
And
from
every time
Florida.
I go
Florida.
back
Hey,
Yeah.
see, that's what I'm talking
It means
about.
you're
You've
not
been
from
saying
Florida.
I used to be. That's the one.
What?
It ain't me.
No,
People
you
in
were an
Florida-
Auburn
used to be
fan.
for
People in Florida
You were
say
an Auburn
Miami.
fan.
Daddy.
I'll
Not the
never
old,
forget it.
old
It ain't
timers.
me.
That crazy man over
Everybody
here might have
said
been an
Miami
Auburn fan too.
tonight.
You were too.
No, not none of my life.
You remember Dad when he was an Auburn fan?
You need to ride home tonight.
You don't know. Man, I remember like it was yesterday. You're an Auburn fan? Man, what's the matter with you? I give you better learning than that.
I just didn't like Bear Bryant.
Man, how could you not like him? Best thing since
We do his man out on
what
the
time?
field.
What did your daddy
Made
like?
them winners.
I gotta go. Daddy, you ready to go?
Your name was on a TV selling these pantyhose.
Yeah, that was after he got out of Alabama. That's why he was at the New York
Women.
Jets. They said he was the only guy that would have got by with that.
Yeah. Really?
He got pretty legs, didn't he?
He got one pretty leg.
It starts down that leg, and it goes up that leg, and it comes, and all you see is hose, and he comes up, and he's got them, shows them right up to about right here, and it goes on up, and then it shows you his Joe name was sitting there in a pair of pantyhose.
Yeah.
It was your name.
He was wild.
Yeah, I liked him.
I did too.
He's married.
He was one of the gin and tonic crew. They said him.
What's that the
Paw
colored
Paw.
man's name that was so famous in playing ball?
O.J. Simpson.
Huh?
O.J. Simpson.
She's probably talking
Football
about
or
Tampa Bay. She's
baseball?
about Tampa
That's
Bay.
Hank Aaron?
What was his name, Tom? You remember?
Tampa Bay quarterback. Who is that? Williams.
Doug Williams.
Doug Williams.
No.
Who do you play for, Grandma?
Okay, she's
The
talking about
black
old time
man. that
running
was
back for the Cleveland Browns.
No,
Jim Brown?
He was a baseball man.
Hank Aaron.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's my
He's
man.
got, yeah, mine too.
Hank Aaron.
He's incredible.
Oh, he wasn't.
Oh,
He was, so you're just
It
another one of them
took
crazy
him-
white boys.
It took him like 10 more years to break Ruth's record than what Ruth did. With Ruth playing about less than half the games.
Yeah, but would Ruth be able to break the record and play against the people that
Well, I
Hank
tell
Aaron
you,
played
there
against?
wasn't nobody liked any better than he was.
Would,
have a
would,
record
would
like
Henry Aaron have been able to go against the ones that he went against?
No, they don't.
They'll hug him out the yard, out the
He
woods.
would've
It's just like Jim Brown lost his record to Walter Payton. Okay, Walter
Because the
Payton,
season was long
14 years too. You know how long Jim Brown played? 9.
and shorter
9
seasons.
years, and they played 8 and 10.
That was a
games.
running fool, man.
Yes, sir, he could play.
Jim Brown
Was that
running.
same thing for Bear Preacher?
Wrestling.
Yeah, he was something.
And I made so many caps and things for him. It's just like him.
I like Hank Aaron too, though. He was a good
What was
guy.
his name,
He
Kate?
was a good, upstanding.
The wrestler? Huh, name some of the old wrestlers.
Oh, Lord, honey.
Dusty Rhodes.
Dusty Rhodes, that's his name.
That's
I
the
made-
man.
It's the one
Man,
Papa liked.
Papa liked so much.
That's
Dusty
the man.
Rhodes.
That's the American dream.
I made caps for all of the young'uns, and I think even Tom. They wore caps.
What was his name? His Wildfire. Tommy Rich. Remember when he was young back then? But now he's so big and fat.
Yeah.
He
Well,
used
you know,
to,
Dusty
when they called
Rhodes'
him
boy fight wrestlers now. Did you know that?
Yeah, Dustin.
What's his name? Dustin.
Yeah.
Dustin Rhodes.
I check in on wrestling.
I don't
every now and then.
never watch it. I might flip over and watch maybe a minute of just.
Marshall.
Hey, I remember your husband, Papa, boy, he liked that. Boy,
Oh,
if you mentioned it
yeah.
wasn't real, boy, he didn't much appreciate that.
Ooh. He hates that.
I know we sat there that one time. It was fun. Well, I really enjoyed it.
He aggravated the life out of
Me
him.
and him and I guess little Jess on who, but I don't think Jess was born. Might have been Britt or Dean.
Probably
we sat there,
Tim.
and boy, they flipped over and boy, they got that championship wrestling. Boy, he was into that stuff. He'd
From
tell you.
Omni in Atlanta.
Well, that's where Morris was.
My daddy sure would get tickling me.
Really?
Yeah, I would sit there and watch, you know, and I got watched him one day and sit there rocking chairs down there.
Yeah.
Clear about it.
Hey, Kate used to tickle me. I'll be watching the boxing match. I'm sitting there, you know, I'll be
Yeah, anybody.
Dodge.
That time Mom put him in my house to get all them bottles. I had to go out there and track him back.
Did you see that Holyfield fight?
What happened?
This is his last one.
Got Mama put him out of the house to get his bottles. She had right through a hole in before.
Oh, okay.
Like a champion. He was
I had to
dying.
get back.
He was literally
He
dying.
couldn't get out.
Yeah, he was dying out there.
They found out that he had
This young guy acts like, well, I really beat him up, you know, after the next day and stuff. The man out there dying, you know, and he stayed with him the whole time. It
I think it's going to California and was riding
it
on
wasn't no
that train.
beat up.
And when it
Holyfield
started
knocked
to
him
slow
down.
down, they'd all come to this end. And when it started up again, every one of them would go flying back to that end on them old beds, you know.
Court.
Grandma,
Knockdown Holyfield put on him.
tell me about that. Tell me about the story about,
Hurt him too, buddy.
was it your mama that danced out of her slip?
No.
Yeah, Grandma Curry.
Yeah.
It was her dancing. It was my Aunt Eula that danced off the board.
No, danced out of her slip, or her slip.
Oh, no, it was
Your
Grandma.
mama.
Mama.
Your mama.
Well, what happened? Where was that?
Old Church.
It was at Ocoee.
Standing right,
She
Joyce was
on
standing
the front
right behind
lawn.
her.
George was sitting on the other side. She almost like
That's fortitude. Well, he was
she had about half the
somewhere.
iron skirt, you know, it
That
fell
was
down.
tough.
She just returned from
Nobody
the
respects that, though.
bench.
And hit it.
And Ann
That's a mighty
Ricker.
warrior
standing
there.
behind Mama. And I looked up and they was dying laughing. I said, what's the matter with you? She said, Mama, Grandma's losing her slip. One time Marsh come in, late, you know, at the church, and her and Ann and Ricky were standing together. And there come Marsh down the,
And an Alabama boy, too.
and
Ain't nothing wrong with
his
that.
placket was
I
unfastened.
wanted him to win.
His placket. His pants was unzipped.
And Joyce and Ann like to die. And I said, what in the world are you laughing
Now,
about?
who was it that their pants was undone? Uncle Mars?
Marsh's, yeah.
Marsh
I
Curry.
couldn't believe they
Zippers
give it to
And
the
he seen
opponent
them
on one
laughing
that
and
close.
pet the fool and
Take it
looked
from a
down,
champion,
there it
you know.
was, you know.
And he knocked the other guy
unfastened.
down.
What the hell?
The guy
One
was throwing
time
more
Mother
blows.
was,
than
Mark.
was
Holyfield
having a
hurt.
church. And I was sitting back there in the audience, you know, and I looked over there at Mama, and she always dressed pretty, you know, because she had a real pretty suit, dark blue. And I looked over there, and she was a-shouting, and her skirt had come unfastened. So I just got up and walked over there just like I was fixing to walk up on the thing. Put my arms around her and passed her skirt, and she just shouted right on. She really was a mess.
She liked to shout, huh?
It didn't affect her no way, you know, she just shouted right on. If she didn't go to church, if she went to church and she didn't get a blessing, she didn't been. She said that the show was poor tonight, was it? There wasn't a bit of spirit there. She let that good old spirit she got, you know.
She liked to shout. That's cute. Tell me her full name. Your mother's full name.
Lula Victoria,
Lula Victoria. What was her maiden name?
Parrish.
Parrish.
Lula
Keep an eye on that
Victoria
book,
Parrish.
Candy. You see her right now, she's sort of acting real possessive.
Getting close to the purse. In a minute it'll be inside of it.
What?
That book.
That is my book.
I'm not,
I got this on record that's my book. Grandma has it in her lap.
Have physical
if
evidence.
she could order some more.
Well, they had a bunch of them there at the White Wing Publishing House.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember where else I seen one.
Probably at the convention or something.
Man, last weekend the cheerleaders went here because the players.
Why didn't Mary Mama?
They must be gone or something. They're worn out.
Grandma, this is Betty. This is Courtney's sister. Are you Betty? Hi. This is nice to meet you. That's what everybody calls.
Say it again.
Grandma will.
Today, don't it?
Mm-mm.
Move slow. Don't move fast.
Hey, Tracy.
She went
These guys are real serious. We just want to have fun. Seven to nothing.
There's 7. All right, the snowman. Let's go. Oh, he's agent. Poor Joanne. I love her. See, she's stupid like me. I am watching this game. I am watching this game.
What was you doing?
I say something all the time. Come on.
It's a really eats up all this attention.
Ooh.
Good one.
Good. Like that other one, me. Like a ball to me, first one, second one he threw.
Oh, that is right.
The first one was strike, it was outside to me, it was outside the bag. Can't throw a ball outside the bag and throw it in me. There we go. 2 balls. Right in the head. He's out. Hit him hard. That was second.
I'm sitting on me.
Down.
Good eye, Red.
Way to go.